Seahawks, okay, let's just answer the question. Are the Seahawks for real?
It's so hard
I think that's
to say.
how a lot of people feel.
Let me tell you why. To me, it's not even Geno doing a great job. Geno's doing a great job.
He's doing a fantastic job.
But they're playing better than all of them were supposed to be playing. It's not just Geno. It's not like, okay, Russell left, and so this team was supposed to suck. This team was supposed to suck because all the parts didn't fit together. And all of a sudden,
and that defense was atrocious.
It was atrocious. And look at them now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I believe in them yet. I think it's hard to, and I'm not knocking Geno. I'm thinking Geno's really taking advantage of the situation, and he's showing everybody he still got something in the tank, and y'all dismissing this man too early. But the rest of them have stepped up.
Yeah, that defense has been much, much better and been a big surprise so far this year. We will see how that defense continues to get better. But here's the thing we talk about with good football teams. They run the ball well, and they're doing that with Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback doesn't make mistakes.
Nope.
Geno's not doing that right now.
He's a veteran.
And the defense is improving. It's not great, but it's getting better. And if that's the formula that Pete Carroll and this team is going to, live by, they've got a chance to do something, pretty decent in the playoffs. One AFC executive saying, quote, Pete Carroll and John Schneider have done an exceptional job. Hello, words are hard. All of their rookies are contributing, and most of them are playing well, and they are strong in most areas. I see a playoff team, end quote.
They might get to the playoffs, but they're going to get knocked out. And I'm only saying this because this is a team that all the experts around the country, they didn't say, this team might win 9 games, 8 games. They're like, well, they might win 5 and they might go 4. They might win 5 or 4 games. Seriously. That's what everybody was saying. It's like, they don't have nothing. They're like, is it them or Jacksonville? Who's going to be worse? And lo and behold, Seattle's like shining. So props to them. I'm giving them a Cinderella season, but kind of like Philadelphia last year. Philadelphia is much more talented last year than Seattle is this year. But just like Philadelphia made the playoffs last year, we knew they weren't going anywhere. They made it.
This is a Seahawks.
That's why I look at Seattle. They might make it, but they ain't going nowhere.
This is a Seahawks defense in the last 4 games, only giving up 18 points per game, 216 passing yards per game. And they're playing much better football. The San Francisco 49ers, for me, though, are still the team to watch out for in that division.
No doubt.
Especially as they get healthy, as Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa.
They have a lot of injuries right now.
Nick Bosa gets healthy. Obviously, they now have Christian McCaffrey in that run game continuing to get better. San Francisco's a dangerous football team. They play physical, fast football. And right now, we don't know what the hell is going on in Los Angeles with the Rams because that thing is broken.
They've got the target on their back, and they are comfortable. I shouldn't say like completely comfortable, but it's not like they're chasing a Super Bowl. They're like, well, we got one.
That frustration is starting to boil over. You saw that against Tampa Bay a little bit at the end of that game. Frustration starting to boil over for the Super Bowl champs. But here now we get to the NFC East. NFL executives looking at the division saying, sizing up the Philly versus Dallas debate. Now here is the write-up here a little bit.
Okay.
Evaluators consider Cowboys versus Eagles a close call for NFC East supremacy despite Philly's 2-game lead in the division, but not close enough. Quote, I see it like it is. I'd take Dallas's defense over Philadelphia, but Philly's overall roster is a bit stronger and should carry them in the later months, one NFL personnel director said. Quote, Dallas has dealt with a lot along its offensive line, whereas Philly is stout there, and they really don't have a glaring weakness on that side of the ball. Dallas could use one more receiver, too, end quote. Enter Odell Beckham Jr.
If you don't calm down, you're going to choke on the Kool-Aid when Steven snatches it out of your hand. Why you do that to yourself?
My point is that
everybody knows that.
That NFL personnel director said, look, Dallas, if they can get a receiver, put themselves in the conversation.
Everybody knows that, but Steven's going to say financially it wasn't in our best interest. I'm not getting on. I've seen him turn down talent before, over and over again. Free agent talent.
Here's what another NFL executive said in the NFC. Quote, I could see the Eagles being a one and done. They haven't had to go 15 rounds with anybody yet. I just wonder if they are battle tested. I think a few late season losses would actually help them. And I've always hated that argument.
I do too. That's crazy. Lose and see how good you are. No.
I don't like the idea of going out here
yeah.
and taking L's on purpose. The NFL's too competitive. There's too much parity in this league to be out here. Oh, let's take a few losses to help, toughen us up a little bit.
That's crazy.
No, you got to win as many games as you can to get yourself in the best position to be in the tournament. So
exactly. They want to be the number 1 seed, so they had that weekend off.
And right now,
and
Philadelphia
home field advantage
is cruising toward that number 1 seed.
I can't see where they lose outside the Cowboys on Christmas Eve. Have you seen a game that they might lose?
Well, let's look
at it's the NFL, so anything can happen. But
sure.
They should be the favorites in every game they play all the way through Christmas.
I mean, you look at their next 3 games. At home against Washington.
That's a win.
On the road against Indianapolis.
That's a win.
And then they come home against the Titans.
That's possibly a win. Probably a win. Probably. Not possibly. Probably.
I mean, the Titans gave the Chiefs a good game on Sunday night.
And I told you they would.
Yeah.
I said the Chiefs will win it, but it's going to be closer than the spread.
And then they finish up on the road against Chicago and Dallas, and then their final 2 games are at home against the Saints and the Giants. So you're looking at a team.
Only the Cowboys and the Giants could probably give them. The Bears, if they're still rolling, the Bears seem to have found their offense right now. But Philadelphia's got a defense.
They do. They got a terrific defense, and they've got a favorable schedule that will allow them to rack up some wins. But as you mentioned, the NFL is strange, and strange things can happen. That's why I feel like Dallas, where they are right now at 6-2 for the second year in a row, they've got to continue to win games. And that's why on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers, you cannot let the Green Bay Packers, as bad as they are, find a way to get a win at home. I know how much Aaron Rodgers has victimized his team and his franchise over the last several years, but the Packers are bad and they're banged up.
They've lost 5 straight for those who are counting. 5 straight.
The Cowboys should win this game on Sunday, because the way things are stacking up for you in this division, and given what Philadelphia has in front of them, you cannot afford to give away games, especially when you're the better football team. That's why that race may be a little bit closer than what people may think.
Plus, it's the return of Mike McCarthy. He got intel on that team and that building, and he knows some things that
Cowboys going to be fired up for that game. J-Rod Hurst already talking about, we want to win this one for Big Mike.
And Dak has won up there before, so it's not impossible.